even though angizithulelanga and ngiyarasa ngihere kitletse ka a lot of twat skabua gagolo yeah mara either way letlo utlwa ka mpama la opela pina ele ya back in the day angeke ngisukele ngoba mina ngizithulele uzozwa mpama yeah you think ukuthi nizoshaya mina ngempama no I'm sorry I'm the one here ngempama I'm the one here with all the bargaining chips la kutlwa ke nna o gona go shapa ka flying kick makuthula mina kuboda nina but as for me my content will always get taken up somewhere else. I am the nurse, like I said, the skill is in me. So where I post, you will literally search these YouTube streets high and low. This time I will make sure because create the animation. You know I can create a smoke screen. You know I can cover myself up. You've seen my animation recently. I get a link at no popo CapCut link tel. I get a link at the captions for CapCut. I get but I export the caption for CapCut. My whole computer crashes now. ByteDance, young persecutor. So I'm now doing captions on VN. I've got another video editor. All of these things that I'm doing to improve myself. Yes, and guys, let me go use the bathroom. Kitlo khutla kitlo fetsa discussion na cause ke feeling like kitlo tshag. Ke khutlile. Wait again di dumbo. Na ke maswabi. Literally, I'm sorry. No, we are not doing this. You are now officially persona ex grata out of my life too. Like Papa Puman Pele. No. It's literally quite frankly the very opposite. You need me and not the other way around. So what we're gonna do is essentially see who here can survive without who. Let's I have suffered for a decade under the tyranny of this crazy country, and I have not died. I have not committed suicide. I've not done anything. Essentially, I'm literally stronger than all of you combined. Get strong. I'm resilient in ways that you can't deal. So therefore, you cannot suffocate me with all of this oppression and expect to go outside and I'm just gonna keep on pushing. And that's the thing that freaks the living daylights out of you, right? It freaks you out. This thing that you're trying to do, it scares you. Yeah, I knew this thing that you're trying to do. Do you wanna know why it scares the living daylights out of you? It's because my prophecies have been coming to pass. And with the things that I am saying happening, I don't know if it was better to have that way or whatever. With the things that I'm saying that are busy happening right now, you low-key know and trust that nako is the thing cheese or damati. Time. Y'all know and you can tell deep down inside this year, it's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before I'm set free. So you are trying to make me quickly do stuff because la tseba hore ke tlo tswa mona go obvious. I mean la hlanya le lo ile celebrity tsa lona the other day ke lorile bontle mudiselle anya la kankane other day long ago even ka loreka pel to see. I don't know if these celebrities are doing rituals themselves or if they use the images of them in dreams or whatnot. Mara ho lora nna ke nyala mosadi o se tsanyetse already in waking life. It just says like okay, listen lenyalo like a bontle mudiselle mo torong where I was just humiliated ke nyetse lesbian. Even though in waking life, it's pretty ugly. I have dreamt about my cousin, Anyal, Len, in waking life. I've got a cousin-in-law that's walking these streets of South Africa, jumping up and down like a kangaroo. Mara to prevent me from getting married. So combination of incest and lesbian in Jeffer. So so seeing as my cousin Kimoloi and also all of these cults in South Africa, celebrities that are persecuting citizens on the ground because they're trying to maintain a monolith going. After I mentioned to Pearl Tusi, the dreams stopped, telling me that Pearl Tusi hi against me. South Africa. There's another one. Some dude or acting some shows that is on Netflix. Muscles misifa. That is how surveilled I am. Mara, I just have a content binary code. Yeah. Well, I mean, I have celebrities. You have made cults look at me. You have made members of cults, celebrities, people who are part of the government, corporate executives, but that's just the thing. Seeing as so much of what I have already prophesied has come to pass, you are now scared that it's only a matter of time. So you are so below the belt now that you're deleting entire YouTube channels, but you know that you need my information. So you keep one going. The other dude was a celebrity. But Jesse, lady corporate execs that things the billionaire. Lebo Patrice Babona, Lebo Cyril Ramaphosa, Lebo Julius Malema, all of y'all involved in cults. I mean, personally, like a proverbial United States of American president, you are persona non grata to me. Like, Papa, I'm telling you, get out. You need my content. You need my ministry. You need to hear prophecy, but you also need to validate that Christ does not exist. Yeah. So seeing as you are calling me things that I am not on my soil, this is my kingdom. This is heaven for me. Get a piece of my hodimo, the smallest little one of that you will ever taste, Momo Earth. This is a piece of heaven on earth. It's written in God's word that the kingdom of heaven is already among us, right? That's what's good. So bazalwane ge a piece of heaven on earth. We are the last taste of heaven you will ever see, seeing as le healing. It's like Ibrahim Rasul chilling on the soil of America, coming from a deadbeat country like South Africa. Yeah, go and have some McDonald's, go and shop at Walmart. Hey, how about you go inside Target and see what is the spot where it is that Dylan Mulvaney irritated everybody. Do what you need to do in America. Eat American only brands that we are to be seeing only on TV. Go and have Hershey's chocolate, okay? Yeah, enjoy your fill of that. Grab it as umpago because you're not going back again. So seeing as this is a taste of heaven, Kifilankara that have deleted my content, Dincha, who are trying to come at my chastity, trying to make me a lesbian, trying to make me sleep with anything at all, and I'm in a dream. This is the tenement of Hershey's chocolate to you. This is my tenement of an American only brand to you. This is the tenement of Snickers bar to you. Anything at all that was started, born, bred, originated in America, and anything at all that is still only in America, a proudly American brand that's yet to be exported to other nations. Yeah, eat it, eat your fill of it, get fat. Wear clothes that only are made in America. Like I said, go shop at Walmart. Go and buy a microwave at Walmart and see if they will let you through customs bring that over to South Africa. Do that, because honeys, you're not going back. Make like, you know, my sister, when she used to stay in Nigeria for a couple of years, years back, my older sister Nadula go Nigeria, ne? That's what's good. And apparently, allegedly, the meat quality in Nigeria is really lackluster alongside really expensive, if at all they do get it. So she would get orders, like a whole bunch of them, whenever she would come to South Africa, to bring meat over to Nigeria. Yeah, like her friends that side, whenever she would visit South Africa, they'd be like, please bring me steak, please bring me mincemeat, please bring me bratwurst, please bring me this, bring me that. And because the flight was not that long, she could afford to, if she just put it in a little bit of an ice pack, a cooler bag, travel that meat over. So she used to take, you know, just a little bit of steak, like enough for it to look like a curry, for her friends to enjoy the delicacies of cheap South African meat that is of very high quality. Because in Nigeria, apparently, allegedly, there's like an issue there with meat and what have you. It's like crazy expensive. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, you like proper. Just like the meat of South Africa in Nigeria. Like, take what you can from my content. I get a deleted content. You deleted my channels. The one channel that's left, yeah. Go down to my content and just listen and listen and listen and listen, because honeys, Amos 8 and 11 is about to be fulfilled. The day is coming when the Lord is going to send out a famine on the land, not a famine for food, nor that of a thirst of water, but of hearing the words of the Lord. Seeing as I'm redundant and repetitive in terms of prophecies, chances are whatever I'm going to say tomorrow, I'm going to say it again the next day. So it exists. I've already said it before. It exists in my content somewhere. Everything I'm saying here probably is down there somewhere. Yeah, so seeing as I am boycotting this, Nami, I'm on a strike. This is I'm downing tools, like proper. It's a stay away. I'm proper. This is a hunger strike. Nami, I'm gonna stay away. So enjoy the South African meat in Nigeria at your leisure. Because honey, I only travel to South Africa once a year, one holiday to go and be with my family. So the meat that I bring back, the steak that I bring back, enjoy it, savor it. Cause I fiddle. Until next year, the content this video that I'm posting now is like that one steak from South Africa that my sister brings for her Nigerian friend. It is that one steak. Do you understand? Enjoy it for however long it takes for the Trump administration to set free my channel if you won't give it back to me. It is your last shot. Fang the channel Zaga back, otherwise I will not post you anymore. You are persona non grata to me. This is my heaven, this is my country. And I also have a currency. Nami, I've got bargaining chips, you think I don't? I have things to offer here. I have got some kind of authority, positional authority. You underestimate the thing I'm offering. And I'm out here telling you that if Wobontle can marry me in a satanic ritual and get a lesbian lover, if at all, some celebrities in this country, Babanna, can out here be showing me their freaking ugly six packs as if though I'm interested in them to try and induce lust in me. And I am so sought after that even ama celebrities are out doing rituals on me. So if that's a thing, Gushkuti, Nami, like the American dream, I am that country that everybody wants to move to, but that a lot of people can't. That people got travel bans concerning, like proper in like lifting off visas. Trump refused to do that over South Africa. Over Africa at all. You still need visas and whatnot. Like, when it's that country that everybody wants to flood to a point where the president has to come up with an immigration policy to block new refugees, new immigrants, and like for the next foreseeable future. Nobody knows. You know how he did an immigration freeze into America? Or a refugee freeze, like just any moving of other countries' nationals to his country. He froze that for a season and then opened the Louvre, however, just for South African Afrikaners. Well, when you are that country, when you are that nation, and when you are that person, you get to do a travel ban across multiple countries and people be like, ooh, I'm so sad. When you are that person, you not only get to do a travel ban, you also get to do an immigration freeze, a migrant freeze. You also get to do a persona non grata and tell people that out here disrespect you on your soil, get out and don't come back. When you are the world's superpower and the land of the free that everybody is flooding to and that nobody wants to leave once they get there, you get to tell people get out and don't come back, and that actually sting. You can't say that to a person in Zimbabwe. You can't give someone a persona non grata in Zimbabwe and have them be like, oh, they kicked me out of Zimbabwe, of which is one of the countries on the travel ban, right? Where a whole bunch of rigorous checks have to be done in order for Zimbabweans to be allowed in. A whole bunch of students want to study in the US. Harvard, all these random Ivy League universities. They're studying hard. They're doing SATs. And there are countries in Africa where they've been told, I don't care that you've written American SATs, you're not coming into an American university, because Trump did a travel ban across many countries in Africa, and some of them are not allowed to go in at all, like Libya, Somalia, and I think some other one. Some other one. I don't know if it's Ethiopia. I think it's Ethiopia, Libya, and Somalia. I stand corrected, however. Those three, no matter what they do, they can't come in. The rest of them, a whole bunch of countries in Africa, they have to go through a very rigorous process, and there are some people that can't even go there for things like studying, for instance. So you could be a matriculant Aja looking forward to studying at Yale University, and just like that, your dreams are gone. You're gonna have to study in a local university. When you're that guy, you can do stuff like that. You can shatter people's dreams by simply doing a travel ban, by simply saying, don't come to my house because it's that much fun in your house. Well, I am that thing. I'm that thing. The kingdom of God is that thing. God's disciples are that few and far between, rare and difficult to replace. And the way that you treat us like rubbish, you who have got a bittersweet relationship with us, you learn the hard way when all of a sudden there is a persona non grata on you, when you have been door slammed, when you've been told that you can't travel to me, that there is a migrant ban, when you have been told that but for just Afrikaners, y'all can't come in, you have to come in with a visa, and even though you get vetted and checked like no man's business because you're from the country that lands on our shores and calls us white supremacist. Yeah, you get to do that when you are that girl or that guy or that country. And I am like America in that regard. I am the thing that you pass shade but that you can't do without. I am able to, if at all, I cut off your ability to have duty-free trade. You literally lose like a good 40% of the country's automotive industry. That's what's gonna happen when AGOA gets severed in this country. When I get cut off, a whole bunch of you gets decimated. So seeing as I'm the one here with a bargaining chip, I'm not gonna barge just like Trump. I'm not gonna barge just like Trump is not barging, and I will flex with one of your own in my White House and still give you grief concerning it. Like the fact that he is throwing Elon Musk in your face is fitting. It's absolutely perfect. Nami, I am South African, I am from this country, born and bred. I was once a patriot for it, but now I can't stand it. You've left an ugly taste on my tongue. Lady Satani man la lawyer. Listen to South Africa, it has been destroyed, and you think that you can wreak havoc in my life when I'm in a position to give a meaningful persona ex grata to you non grata. I'm able to give you a meaningful persona non grata. In other words, it's not like you're getting kicked out of Zimbabwe, but out of America. When I tell you get the stepping, it actually stinks. You have told me to get the stepping, and I'm telling you that no, wait, skinny, I'm sorry. The things are changed here, like whole different. Like, Mamela, I'm the one here who's got the ball in her court, not you. And I'm finally coming to discover that. I know that that's true, because if at all I was so much of a non-entity, you would not have deleted 4 of my YouTube channels out of 5. You wouldn't have done that. You would not have completely erased my YouTube channels if I was nothing. If I was just some negligible, non-existent, not worthy of being listening to woman, in the spirit of sisoqoki condom, we will wear ijazi angifuni ndoda uyahlanya uyagula, you've got halitosis, futhi mfazi wakhona unama herpes angazi ayingaki, a oral, a verd, a genital, ha khona herpes asinangiyona msadi wa teng. Because of you. She's on a cocktail of antibiotics and ARVs, and you want me to see that condom because afterwards I'll have my channels back. Hey, persona ex gracia Ibrahim Rasul be like, get out of my country. Pumpel, you don't get to rock up on my land where you are enjoying yourself. God taverning where you have put cushy comfortable couches or little tawa mokoning get babalas and we're hectic the next morning out of drinking my content, and then act like what you did is what you can afford to do. You don't get to rock up and act as if though you could actually delete all my channels on YouTube. You deleted 4 and left 1 going because you can't do without me. I'm telling you, give me the rest of my channels back. Langud, give me my channels back and then some. These are my bargaining tools now, because if I so much as post once you have recovered my channels and there is still binary code 1s and 0s, no one viewing for a week, and I don't have a minimum of 100 South African views on each video, after a week, I will stop posting too. I will stop posting too, because at the end of the day, I have an inherent understanding that with or without your return of my channels to me, what Trump is doing with Elon Musk and his little task force, social media, is going to set me free. It's only a matter of when. So I will get my channels back. I'm repeating myself, because it's important, given that I'm dealing with thick skulls. I'm gonna get my channels back, but you could just give them back to me. But if you don't give them back to me, you and not me are gonna starve. I have to always have an outlet to share prophecy. I gotta have somewhere to speak. So I will either start a new YouTube channel or post only on Twitter until further notice. I will keep on posting. Mara, you're not gonna have access to my videos. And then you're gonna start to freeze, shrivel up like a prune, like a snail that has had salt put on it. You will bubble up, fizzle up like hydrochloric acid, and you will perish. You will cease to exist. The gangrene in you will spread to vital organs and you will perish. You will have a brain-eating amoeba finish you off. Because I am the one here administering medication. You can decide to arrogantly call my bluff. But understand, I don't die. Y'all know that, right? I've had an impossible life, and yet I've stayed alive. I'm strong in ways that you aren't. Y'all at Dompo, you play dirty. Marako Bloodsport, I'm Van Damme. I'm gonna win. It's a matter of, do I win by your surrender or do I win by your exposure? One of the two is gonna give. And the next batch of videos that I was going to share, that's already posted on YouTube, I just have yet to put thumbnails on them and so post. In there, I was going to tell you how you're gonna get exposed. That was the prophecy detailing. Ukuthi ngiyokhitshwa kanjani. Abanye benu, you're gonna get arrested. Abanye benu, you're gonna lose family members. Abanye benu, because of facing indictment, you are going to commit suicide. That's that video. It was up and coming. A 7-part series, but you decided to put me in some little jail where I'm only posting on 1 channel. I'm sorry, no. The only reason why I even have 5 channels in the first place is because you kept on blocking me. I would have actually today only had 1 channel if you hadn't done this to me. I kept on moving, playing musical chairs from channel to channel to channel to channel, opening new YouTube channels precisely because you kept on shadow banning me. But then I stopped somewhere along the way. Halotlong bula hagana, halotlong handla kadi washing you came trying to kill Abel. I'm sorry. I've got my own swords. I've got my own knives. And nami, I've got my own decree of persona non grata. Nami, nyapodisa out in these streets. Nami, I can assassinate. You are playing games. You are playing games. So if you want to call my bluff, do you? I'll find some other place to post. The Lord will give me comfort. He will give me peace. I will mourn briefly my comatose channels, because that's what they are. They're in a coma. And during the season of them being in a coma, I will be praying day and night until one day gets to a notification from YouTube or my channels have been restored. For a season. The very same way that a mother would actually be crying over a child in the hospital that is in a coma that might not make it for months. Until my channels are back. They're in the cloud. They're there. They'll come back. But it is within your prerogative to make like a nice little magician. I get little magicians, and with the magic wand, bring back my channels. It's up to you. Like it or not, with or without you. After the video that I post where I tell you that I'm sitting back waiting for me to be set free by the US, you think that you can delete my channels so as to minimize the prospect or the possibility of me getting set free. I'm getting set free with deletion, because that's some of the stuff that they are investigating. The fact that some channels literally just make They grow legs and they walk with no former strikes, with no warnings, no community guideline issue, nothing. They just delete a channel altogether. Unconstitutional according to American law. And this is an American platform. You don't get to dilly-dally dance around playing dumb. Little zwink on a platform that does not even belong to your country. You don't get to do that. And these are the very things that are going to get you as South Africa be among one of the countries where YouTube is going to literally grab its offices, its franchises, and freaking move with you losing your jobs. It's going to happen because what the heck are you doing deleting people's content without even a strike, without even a single strike? YouTube South Africa, it's amaye, and you're going to lose jobs of people working in social media hubs in this country. Gone overnight, because the US is going to be like, wait again, you can take a horse to the water, but you can't make it drink. When they come to our country, they call us white supremacists. When we come to their country, they man our corporate with their corruption. Sugani, South Africa, you are going to collapse like it or not. Disprove a prophecy. So, in returning to Andrew Tate Aibuile, the reason why I perused Christianity again, then he went to Islam, and I think now he's interested in Christianity. I don't know. There is literally too much evil in the world for there to not be a God. Y'all are diabolical in a most nonsensical capacity. You are wicked, and so you prove God. You are wicked, and so you prove that God exists. Therefore, Adam, look, I get it, okay? You are an aroused beast that is operating, functioning indeed just like an animal in the wilderness. You just want to fulfill and satiate your needs. You want it now. You grant, and you just want to take it. But understand that your usage of sex in order to fulfill the curse of Adam in your suffering from castration anxiety is the very reason why the Lord is going to reprieve Eve that is in him from you. Because listen, you are not mere beasts. You are not mere animals. You are human beings. And so when you operate like primates, you disqualify yourselves from the coverage of God. The Lord gave the second Adam opportunity. He made himself our substitute so that we don't operate based on the depravity that fell upon us at the fall. We don't just merely do what our flesh wants us to do. We consider consequences. We regard what the Lord will have to say about what our actions are. We don't merely run with our whims. And those who respect that comprehend the Lord will always take their side. If God be for us, who can be against us? The Lord says, do not love the world or the things in the world. The love of the flesh, the love of the eyes, and the boastful pride of life. These things are not from the Father, but they're from the world. He says that the flesh does not understand or comprehend the Spirit. He says that you must, with the Spirit of God, put to death the deeds of the body. So just because your flesh is yearning, yawning, desires for something, doesn't mean you must just run for it, with it. And those who have honored that, those who have respected that the flesh is not to be titivated at its every whim. We are not to hearken to its every last yawning, screaming, noisome desire. We are to resist until it is the right and perfect place to humor our flesh like sex inside a marriage and not giving fellatio to some filthy guy that's going to give me oral herpes. We are to honor the Lord, and if at all the Lord has told us what to do with the flesh and within which context to expand the flesh, and we want to honor that, when you are doing everything in your power to try and disqualify a saint from that honor, you will be the one, not that the way, not the other way around. Do you understand? It is written in God's word that if you cause any of these little ones of God to sin, it'll be better for you to have a millstone tied around your neck and for you to be thrown in the ocean. You're trying to make me sin. You delete my YouTube channel so you can make me give a man head. Are you for real? Yes, they're like, yo guys, nakula. You're sick. You're sick. I do not care that you find me sexy with all of these carnal, worldly terminologies of yours. Bottom line is, be I sexy or not, I am not for your consumption. I belong to some other guy, even though you might think I'm a living, walking erogenous zone. Even though you might imagine me as an Aphrodite, and not an Aphrodite, what do you call this, an aphrodisiac? Or Aphrodite, the goddess of love? I don't care that when you look at me, I don't know how many times I've been telling you this before. The Bible says if anything causes you to sin, gouge it out, cut it off. If your eye causes you to sin, gouge it out. Your hand, cut it off. So if my ministry is stumbling, if you find me so sexy that you can't deal, if you think when you listen to me, Aphrodite, the goddess of love, you are lustful, you are incontinent, you are unbridled, you are worthless. And you therefore on that day have no business listening to women online that are Christian that you consider to be attractive, because you cannot exercise self-control. Listen only to men. Listen only to podcasts. If at all you're listening to a woman, don't gaze upon her imagery. If at all it is stumbling, then allow that lust to burn you with a searing flame until you are in eternity. Because at this present juncture, Your belief of me being sexy, me being an aphrodisiac in the walking erogenous zone, is causing you to fantasize about me literally being on my knees giving a filthy man with many diseases of fellatio. Like, those are some of the afflictions on my person. You have, what do you call this thing? Reduced me to an OnlyFans model that is, however, unprepared to be an OnlyFans model. You want me to, for just a couple of my fans, be out here removing my bra strap, be out here peeling my clothes off me like I'm a banana for just you, in exchange for my monetization on YouTube, and also in exchange for a wad engaga of cash, like proper reducing me to a prostitute. You know, there is a girl that was covered by Amala Epognobi on her channel for being the wealthiest OnlyFans creator, making something like $40 million per month. And the thing that is her selling point is that she's a virgin. She's never had sex before, and so men really fetishize that she gets to be all naked in front of them. And then she makes $40 million. Like, that woman makes so much money that she makes more than even some NBA players, basketball association players. You know how basketball players be out here coining it from here to Timbuktu? Yeah, she's wealthier than them. Apparently OnlyFans and JFL as a company in totality is out here creating the net worth that of its subscribers to that excels NBA basketball players. And some of the things that they are fetishizing about OnlyFans is that there are tiny little teeny boppers, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds on OnlyFans that have never had sex before, that claim themselves to be devout Christians. This one that I'm talking about that made a cool $40 million in a month and is excelling in her net worth, even some NBA players. She prides herself in her profile of being not only a virgin, but a devout Christian. Not only a virgin, but a devout Christian. Yeah. So basically you want to make me like that chick, eh? Coining a whole bunch of money, but I have not had sex outside of wedlock, and I love me some Jesus. But guess what? Every so often I'm on my knees out here having a field day giving fellatio to some sickly man that is priding himself and finally shoving his phallus down my throat. That's what you want to do. You want to make me a virgin that strips for men, however. Like a chick taking herself to university by being a stripper, but she's never had sex. There is no virtue in that. Nudity, nakedness, sin begins with merely gazing with lust at a person. Having sex starts in the mind. That's why pornography is problematic. That's why masturbation is problematic. That's why it's as good as doing the deed. The Lord tests the heart. You cannot deceive him. He's not mocked. You can't claim to him that, but God, I didn't have sex before marriage. Yeah, but you made men have sex with you by just prancing your naked body on OnlyFans. You want to make me an OnlyFans model. You want to make me fine. You can keep your chastity, whatever. You don't even have to have sex. Just give me head. Guys, I come from days in high school where girls actually be calling themselves virgins despite doing everything with the boys except vaginal penetrative sex. And we have all come to conclude that they all had sex, even though they were hymenated. They were yet to break their virginities with an actual hymen being removed. There were girls who were far more virgins than they ever were that had no hymens because they were jockeys or whatever. They played, what do you call this? They rode horses, and so their hymens snapped, but they'd never kissed a boy, they'd never handled boys' manhood, they'd never given a man fellatio, they'd never done any of that. So they're virgins in a way that women with hymens aren't. Sex is spiritual. It's not merely physical. And these men are trying to make me have sex in all other ways except mechanical. What the heck? Like, there is no end to how many sins you can commit, okay? Like in Romans 1, it is written that you keep on inventing new ways to sin. You're disgusting. If you find me erogenous, that is not my intention. You are lustful, and your lust demons are making you look at a woman in a way that you're not supposed to. You have no self-control, and so what you were supposed to do is walk. Get out of my ministry. But you haven't gotten out to a point where look at the height at which you have gotten now. You've deleted 4 of my YouTube channels. 4. And left me with just one, because after all, I am an OnlyFans model. You love to gaze at me strip naked in front of you, don't you? Seeing as I woke up this morning to recall a dream, a nightmare, where the Lord showed me that freaking out and panting in my pantyhose. I then played Hillsong's Ocean. You know that song? Spirit lead me, for my grace is without borders. I just played it on a loop for an hour in my speaker up there elevated to just basically fill this room with an atmosphere of worship, because I did not know what in the world. Why I was told that, and why I woke up with such a strong sense of foreboding, only for me to, when I check my emails every day, when I'm sitting on the toilet seat peeing in the morning, I check my emails. My animated channel was the first one that I noticed is gone. First one I noticed is gone. Yeah, YouTube has deleted. Where is my phone? Oh no, that's the phone. But I bet maybe I can find it on my iPhone. If at all I'm attached to the internet. No. What other phone do I have over here? I want to read you the exact wording from YouTube. Okay? But this phone is not attached to internet. The one on the floor that fell might be. 1 second. I've gotten a phone on the floor. It was doing edits. Just open, please, man. This phone. I was literally charging it the whole day. How is it off? Oh, okay. I've plugged this phone. It's only now charging, so let it get to like 5% or whatever, then I'll open it and read you the gangster email that I got from YouTube. I'll read you the gangster. It's on 2% now charging, so let it get to like 5% or whatever. Then we'll open the phone and read the emails, because this phone is the only one that attaches to internet from this side. Everything else is quite far. It doesn't like catch the router. Oh no. Whoa, okay. My iPhone is on, thank God. It just like proper iPhone code, so iPhone has humored me, thank God. So let us go into my emails. Just get out of my face, man. Anyway, I'm busy reading text messages now and it's absolutely unnecessary. I'm sorry, I'm distracted. So on my iPhone, I have got all my YouTube, not all of them, but like 3 of my YouTube channels on my iPhone. I'm logged onto. I didn't see it necessary to log onto the rest of them because I was just lazy to, you know, add account and whatnot. So I only noticed the remaining 2 accounts that were not blocked later on in the day. But anyway, that's all I need for now. Let me go in. Why are you saying no connection? Why are you saying no connection? Okay, you see, I had no connection. I'm sorry, I don't know for how long I was not talking over here for, but the other phone is charging and it's now on still 2%. The charger that I'm using is a slow charge, but the one that I'm charging this phone with, the one that I'm recording on, is a fast charge. So let me remove it, seeing as that phone is on 84%. I'm not going to be here until it depletes to 0%. So this is now fast charging. Yeah, this is now fast charging, and this now is going to receive the slow charging phone. This now is going to receive the slow charging. Mara, it's too short. Whatever. Look, let's just wait for this to be at like 5 or 7% or whatever, and then we'll put the charger back in because I'm on 84% here, so I'm still good for a while still. To talk. Now my iPhone is not coming on. Alright. Yeah. Listen. Okay, the horrific insistence on using sex to punish me is backfiring in a most crazy capacity. When I first started speaking here, I was talking about how it is that when you're in school, you sometimes, not all the time, don't know what you want to do with yourself until you see someone else doing something that you never thought you could do, but you really kind of like it, and then you develop an interest in it. But once you have developed an interest in something, even though initially it was not your planned career choice, you then start to do what? Invest in it, right? That's what, before I tarried into the argument about Adam and Eve, I was talking about. Investment in something that even though you didn't start out thinking this is the thing for you for the future, you, however, end up having it as a thing. Like starting a TikTok just on campus and university, showing people dumb things that you're doing, playing tennis. And then it goes so viral that you end up being a social media content creator, and your degree, you don't even use your degree anymore. Yeah, that, and I made mention of how it is that some content creators are made that way by experimentation, happenstance, or just having fun on Facebook, and the next thing they blow up so much that it's making enough money to pay rent. Well, that's what social media is for me. My blog, my written blog, my WordPress account, it was a hobby when I was in corporate South Africa. I was just writing. There for God, the glory of God. I wanted to use my skills and talents for the glory of God. I knew that I could write, so a blog was started. I started a blog and I started to write about the Lord. However, as when I got fired, when I lost everything, it became a platform, a portal, if you will, a place where I could just vomit my sorrow, and it became the only thing now that I had because I was kicked out of a job. And then after writing in my blog long enough, I then 10 years ago, literally 10 years ago. In November, it'll be 10 years. Or yeah, November, December-ish. Around year end. When I was now without employment, I had lost my job. I had newly been fired from MTN without cause. So it was around November. And I was in the WITS computer labs. I made a decision to go to the WITS bathroom and record my first ever YouTube video. And then upload it at WITS. So I went to the bathroom for privacy. And if at all I were to unprivatize my old content, you will come to learn that my first ever YouTube channel, my first ever YouTube video on YouTube was 10 years ago, and I recorded myself in the bathroom at WITS, and I experimented by posting it online and then linking it as an embedded video in my blog, the blog of which I had always had. It was a place where I wrote. That was 10 years ago. a couple of days ago, you know how the video that I did, the one with the hair, I was bringing down my protective style. This is now the reinstalled protective style after detangling and putting my stuff back up again. So I pretty much went back to the same protective style. Yeah, well, around the time of bringing down my hair and reinstalling it, I tend to watch a lot of hair content because it inspires me to not be lazy to do my hair. I find hair content very cathartic, but I don't always watch it because there are other things in this world that I must focus on. But the catharsis that I gain from watching hair content inspires me even to deal with my own hair, right? So I was watching one of the people to whom I am subscribed on YouTube that does hair content. Her name is Jen Jenkins. I love her and I'm subscribed to her. Jen posts something on YouTube. Jen has got presently about 176,000 subscribers. She is a hair content creator from the US, okay? And I'm subscribed to her for hair because I love hair. She's a 4C hair content creator. Beautiful young lady. You will love her, okay? Jen, I think it's Jenkins, her surname, right? She has since then gotten married, so I think her surname might have changed. But when I was following her, she was yet to be married. Well, the first time that I subscribed to her. Anyway, Jen is 5 years younger than me. I came to learn she's 35. Okay, fine. So Jen, I lost my job at 29. I lost my job at 29, and then it was, however, the year in which I was turning 30. All right, I lost my job at 39, and it was the year in which I was turning 30. 2014. I was born in 1984. Okay, I'm 40 now. It's 2025. I will be 41 in August of this year. So I started my YouTube channel when I was 29. All right, I started my YouTube channel when I was 29. I am 40 going on 41. 10 years. My first ever video, which is currently privatized, it's not deleted, it's just private, but if you were to scroll down, if I were to make it public, you would find it, is 10 years old, and I posted it, I can't tell you when, but it was in 2024 sometime. Okay, my YouTube channel was in 2014. Sorry, my YouTube channel, the oldest one, is 10 years old, going on 11 years this year. And it was born of adversity. It was born because I was suffering and I wanted some other platform to share my sorrow, to show people what I'm actually going through. Because in my blog, I was not able to, with enough pictures and colors, to describe my life. And writing can be very onerous. It's a lot of not only typing, but also a lot of editing. But when you are out here talking, even when you say and ooh and whatnot, it's still easy to listen to somebody, even with all of those speech issues, right? But with writing, if your writing is off because you're in a rush to post, it can discourage an avid reader that is pedantic about grammar and whatnot from continuing to read if you've got spelling mistakes or if you've got grammar issues because you're rushed to post something. So when you keep on saying or when you use slang a whole bunch in your speaking, your talking head videos, you are more likely to get listened to than when your writing is not up to par. So because I noticed that, I figured if I do something that is audio visual, I can just share my journey without having to do so much editing. And so it'll enable me to also post frequently, daily, because I thought that I was going to get out of this like quickly. The situation that I was in, I told myself that God is for me, no one can be against me. It's only a matter of time before I'm restored again. MTN was definitely wrong against me. I will win my case at the CCMA. I was so confident that I was going to be out of this within a minute. It's been literally 10 years. The Lord endured me through so much trial. It's not even funny. Anyway, that's when I commenced my channel. So Jen, I'm out here listening to Jennifer, right? Her video on YouTube was titled something along the lines of, why are so many hair content creators fizzling away? And then on her thumbnail, she wrote something like, it's because they're broke or they're not making money or whatever. So I was curious because I was like considering entering into the hair niche myself because I'm trying to make money. I'm trying to do anything, okay? So I click on Jen's video to hear what she's saying about the fizzling away of the 4C hair content creator community. Why so many 4C creators are walking away from their channels. I didn't even notice that they were walking away, but I guess Jen, being an aficionado in this regard, would notice. So I click on her video and I listen to her video where she's talking about hair content creators leaving YouTube. And then she starts to give details in her video. She then starts to give details in her video, and somewhere along the way I got forlorn, like extremely forlorn, like as in macabre, very, very, very sad. Habu, because I came to discover that Jennifer is 5 years younger than me, right? She's 35, I'm 40. I came to learn that she started her YouTube channel too, like me, in 2014. But yeah, I was in corporate South Africa, thriving, working, and she was just exiting college. She was just leaving college and she was like 25, 24. Whereas I was in corporate South Africa as a young professional, literally losing my career. At the same time, we started our channels, 2014. We both started our channels. And as Jen keeps on talking about her journey, where she started, and back then people were very interested in hair content and they were busy sharing their nuggets, but now the market is appearing to become saturated and whatnot. Basically, she's just explaining the ebbs and the flows and her nuances, her journey through being a hair content creator and how it's evolved over time. And it's been 10 years for her in the game, right, in YouTube. And after 10 years, Jen is now presently sitting on 176,000 subscribers. Personally, for me, that is too long a time for you to have that little few subscribers. After 10 years, I feel like you should be sitting on like maybe 1 million, right? But you know, some are slower than others, but that is still a huge milestone. And Jen speaks about how when she started her channel, she had a particular thing that she was doing with herself, but then it started to become fruitful for her because she monetized and she realized that people are interested in the topic and that they're interested in hearing what she has to say, and she was starting to make out of it a business. Her YouTube channel became a business because even though she was just experimental at first, it was never something that she was ever planning on making her, not so much her main thing. I don't think it's her main thing. I do believe that there's something else that she's doing, but like it certainly is a significant source of income, and it has significantly also fashioned the person that she is, her brand, what she's known by when she's walking in the street, what she's recognized as. Is this YouTube channel is her thing, right? It's her baby, and it's now sitting with a silver plaque with 176,000 subscribers as at the last time I checked. If she posted more frequently, she'd probably even have more subscribers, but I think she's just been tapering off because hair content has been frustrating her or whatever, right? The thing that broke my heart when I was listening to Jennifer was the fact that we started our channels at the same time, in more or less the same prime of our lives. You were 24, I was 29. I'm now 40 and you are 35. And she has since then gotten married and had 2 children to date. I'm yet to do any of that. My channel, if at all I was not persecuted by South Africa, I realized that like Jen, I might be sitting after 10 years of being on YouTube, even though we are in different niches altogether. She's in hair, I'm in ministry, the gospel. I might be, if at all Jen is any kind of yardstick, she's also a black woman. We are very similar. Like, only difference really, frankly, between Jen and I, we could be best friends, is our countries. She's American, I'm South African, but like kindred spirits, okay? There's a lot that I feel in her. Like, we are like peas in a pod, just in different countries, right? That's Jennifer. And so if we are similar, and with similar personalities too, like our personalities, how we present in our content, how we gesture, how we talk, and if at all I had the incentive to even how we edit, okay? The removal of silences, the energy, the jocose flair, the, you know, what is this, humorous edge, all that Jen got going down for. She was similar, like proper. Imagine a hair content creator version of me. Jennifer's like that, okay? And she has since then gotten married, and she also has since then amassed for herself 176,000 subscribers and counting. It just made me so sad to gaze upon that, to listen to her journey. All along, I've just been listening to her talk about how to do a wash and go, how to do cornrows and whatnot. Now I'm listening to journey, like where she started, and it just created so much painful nostalgia because I started as well, just jokingly, a YouTube channel 10 years ago. I'd never even thought it was possible to monetize on YouTube, be on a partner program, actually make it a career. I never thought that was possible. Like, I proper never thought. I was just trying to create, it was a platform where I was creating awareness. However, when Jen started her hair channel, I do believe she was intentionally trying to create a brand over there. Mina, it was just for awareness. But bottom line is we started at the same place. And if after 10 years she's sitting on 176,000 subscribers, and now after the same 10-year cycle, I am only sitting on that main channel 1,550 subscribers, and that is a decline from 1,560 because I keep on losing subscribers month on month instead of gaining them, right? I'm sitting on 1,550 subscribers. And just like Jen, I've been iteratively posting. There was a season for like 2 or 3 years when I wasn't posting at all. So in all fairness, maybe that season did slow me down. But I stopped, not because, I stopped precisely because it appeared pointless. And I was also being very severely persecuted. But that season of being stopped from posting, that season of being quiet from posting was supposed to only slow down my progress, but not halted altogether. And once I came back, I was supposed to grow. And the second time around, when I came back to YouTube, I was intentional about making it a career now. I was intentional, whereas before it was just a place in Jeffela of creating information. It was just a place of creating awareness. But I only, because I was now out of a career for all these years and I needed to find anywhere at all to make money, I started to try to intentionally monetize a YouTube channel because I realized that the goal was attainable. I mean, what's 1,000 subscribers, okay? And what is 4,000 watch hours? I noticed that there are people who produce, I guess, less animated quality, animated content than me. And yet they get, after every video that they post with very limited editing, lots and lots of views, okay? They get like maybe like 1,000 views after like 2 days of posting. So I figured that it's only a matter of time before I amass for myself 1,000 subscribers and then 4,000 watch hours. Let me pace myself and work on this, and then I'll monetize and I'll finally have some kind of a paycheck. I'll finally have some kind of a salary. When I was listening to Jennifer, I realized just how much I've been robbed from. South Africa started persecuting me from day one. All of these bribes, all of these extortions, all of these paying employees at YouTube. This is how freaking long YouTube in South Africa has been taking bribes and thwarting content creators in the country. Not just YouTube, but Facebook, wherever you might find it. This is how long they've been oppressing South Africans. This is not only happening in South Africa, but this is where I'm at. This is how long this American platform has been getting used for rubbish ends against South Africans. I've been on YouTube for a decade, and already from as far back as back then, successfully was my growth and my proliferation on YouTube successfully thwarted. I don't know who was the first ever employee of YouTube South Africa to significantly slow down the growth of my content. I don't know who was the first ever person to do that. They might not still be in that job, but one thing that is certain and that is true is that they keep on changing them, is that like staff turnover, administrators, moderators, people who sit in such lowly entry-level jobs, however, with wide administrative rights over policies, not policies, but administrative rights over accounts on social media. These people, they change, they grow from job to job, they become PAs, not PAs, what do you call this? They get promoted, they become partners, they become managers, they become supervisors. So over this 10-year process, chances are the first ever person to sabotage my YouTube channel is gone. But some other person that was a fresh graduate out of university has replaced them. So this is a monolith that is ongoing. It's like a hamster on a wheel that's just going and going and going. There will always be someone to man that chair. This syndicate is that ridiculous. It's revolting. Do you understand? It's nauseating. There will always be somebody in that hamster wheel. When the one person gets a promotion as a supervisor, the next administrator is going to get tapped on the shoulder off and given a wad of 5,000 rands cash to ransack, harass 4, 5, 10 people that they don't even know. That however have got YouTube channels, so that their YouTube channels will grow for 5 seconds, get 500 subscribers, and then suddenly dead break. When this is not because of YouTube's actual community guidelines, when this is not because of YouTube's actual issues or qualms that they have with you, it's not the American company. It is the corruption in the branch in Africa that is happening. And this hamster on the wheel has clearly been spinning in my life since 2014, because look at me and Jen, being albeit in different niches, very similar. And also Jen has grown so gradually. I mean, 176,000 subscribers over 10 years is for me slow, but it's gradual enough to be realistic. It's here not looking like it's magic power or whatever, right? It is something that is a lot of work, hard blood, sweat, and tears invested over very many years that ultimately amassed for her a silver plaque and growing. If at all people don't like the gospel, but they like it enough to every so often subscribe to you. I mean, another one that started out with just 3, 4, 5 people watching them, and then now today they're sitting on hundreds of thousands of subscribers, is Mike Signorelli. That is in the Christian religion. That is within the faith. That is, well, there's a lot of argument as whether or not Mike is truly the real deal, but what's important is that I listened to his testimony the other day as to his YouTube. At some point he had like 5 views here, 7 views there, and over the years, gradually, very slowly but surely, he ultimately amassed for himself hundreds of thousands of subscribers. And he said that it would take him like, I think, 6 years to reach 1,000 subscribers. 6 years. It took him 6 years to reach 1,000 subscribers, and then from there he just suddenly mushroomed. I think he had one viral video, and then that's where he just picked up from there. Mike Signorelli, all right, within the Christian faith. So I've been here for 10 years and I have not gotten to Mike's numbers. Mike is bigger than even Jen Jackson. It's not Jensen, it's Jackson. Her surname is Jackson. Jennifer Jackson. Jen is on 176,000 subscribers. So if we are modest as to my growth, I should at least be where Jen is at. Because I think her growth is modest. For 10 years, it's modest. I should at least be where Jen is at. And when I listened to her testimony, I not only was grieved by the fact that she's ever since then gotten married, which is something that I was also ever since then supposed to do. She has also ever since then had 2 children, and she has in that time also amassed for herself 176,000 subscribers. That is the level of sabotage over content creators in this country by a monolithic structure that is literally trying to uproot Christianity from South Africa. I am sitting on 1,550 subscribers on that channel, and I amassed for myself those 1,550 subscribers over a short period of time, 3 months. When I, like Jen, one day got serious with my channel, I noticed that it was something that I could actually make a career. And so I started to invest in it. Just like being a student in high school, not knowing what you're going to do with yourself. You then end up going to university. You study something that you figure that's what everybody wants me to study. But then once you're at varsity, you start to notice this plethora, the slew of subjects that you like, that you are intrigued by because one of your friends on campus is doing this particular major, and you enjoy listening to them talk about their studies so much that you're like, okay, next year or next semester, I'm dropping this subject and I'm taking this one instead because I'm changing my direction. So just by mere virtue of observing other people in a field that is clicking with you, you had to see it in action. You had to see other people do it to see, to know this is what I want, even though you never would have dreamed it up as a child. Because you never knew it existed, or you didn't think that you'd be intrigued by that kind of industry until someone close to you was in it. And then you were like, no, I want to be a marketer, or I want to be an accountant. I want to be a doctor. I started out doing engineering, but I see now that I want to do medicine because my best friend who is in Wits Med School is out here, like, telling me what they do there, and I'm interested. So next year, I'm going to change. I'm going to switch over from, a BSc in biochemistry to medicine. Like, you see other people doing what it is that you now can see yourself doing, even though you never at some point fathomed yourself in that space because you were not introduced to it. And once you discover what you want to learn, once you learn it, you then get straight to work, right? You put your hands together like this. You get straight to work. You dot your I's, you cross your T's, you enter into market research. You try to find out what is it going to take for me to succeed in this space. That's what happened with me with social media. First and foremost, I never would have taken my hobby and made it a career if I wasn't fired from corporate South Africa. I was always going to be a suit. I was always going to be somebody going up the ladder in corporate. I was always going to be somebody's boss with some subordinates, some person with like a clocking in 9 to 5. Like that, I was always going to be that thing. And even if I started my own business, it was going to be within the corporate space. I was going to be a consultant running her own consultancy firm within management consulting. I was always going to be a corporate suit. Like that was what I was always going to do because that's the space that I enjoyed. But then it spat me out, and then I had to find some other thing to do. Do you understand? And then this other hobby that I was using initially just for awareness creation became the only thing I was looking at because people